Hello everyone. There is a lot happening in the world at the moment, isn't there? I'm sure we are all troubled by the events that seem to be brewing in the Ukraine. And of course, domestically, politics is convulsed by stories of Boris Johnson having parties at number 10. And whatever you may think about these events, both nationally and internationally, they do have an impact on what we do here at BACTA. Why, you may ask? Well, simply this: the Gambling Review, the white paper of the Gambling Review, still has not been published. It was due at the back end of last year, as you may recall. With them, we were expecting it early in the next, and the latest view is that it will be sometime in the spring. Now, of course, if any of the events I've just alluded to result in conflict, or indeed the resignation of Boris Johnson, that has some major impacts on our political landscape here in the UK. A new Prime Minister equals a new government, equals a new minister. A new minister, as we know from when Chris Philp took over, will want to get their feet under the table and learn what's going on before they make any decisions. And we must not forget that the next election has to happen before the end of 2024, in all likelihood probably at the back end of 2023, even more so, I would suggest, if there is indeed a new Prime Minister, a new government in place. So it does have some very important implications for us, and we can't do anything about it. That is amazingly beyond the ability of even BACTA to influence, but we will watch it like a hawk, but nevertheless continue with our job of lobbying hard for you to get the best result we possibly can out of this Gambling Review. And I'm pleased to say we've really hit the ground running as we get back to work post the Christmas break. I and members of BACTA and the team have met already with the Chief Executive of the Gambling Commission. You may recall we had a meeting with the Minister at the back end of last year. We're about to see Don Foster, who chairs the all-party peers group on gambling reform, and we are back holding our regular dialogue with DCMS over some of the issues that we've put in our Gambling Review submission. So I can let you know, absolutely hand on heart, that you can remain rest assured that we're fighting like mad on your behalf, whatever the international or national circumstances may dictate. Of course, there are other things that we need to be getting on with, one of which is organising the postponed EAG, and I really am looking forward to getting back to seeing you all in person on the 1st, 2nd and 3rd of March. It was the right decision to postpone it, and I think everybody now can see with what's happened with the Omicron variant that that absolutely was the right decision, and I think that means that'll be a good attendance at EAG. And hopefully we will see a net increase in the number of exhibitors too. So the postponement has not really had that much of a major impact on our exhibitor base, which is great to see too. And I know there are lots and lots of new products out there. You've already seen, I suspect, some of them, but lots of products that we'll be able to look at, touch and feel and talk about when we get to Excel at the beginning of March. We're also working very hard on the BACTA portal. I'm sure you've been keeping up to speed with the news coverage and updates and advertisements we placed in CoinSlot. A new version 2 of that portal is about to be launched. Now, that won't necessarily change anything at the front end massively, but what you will see is a massive uptick in the speed with which things get done when you want to do a self-exclusion or a customer interaction, and the look and feel will be much, much improved. There are other bits and pieces, and we'll talk about those with you at EAG. So do come over to the BACTA Standard EAG, have a look at the new portal, see what you think and give us your feedback. But that is only stage 1 of what is happening with that particular product, and I'm very pleased to announce that well, I won't announce them actually. I'm very pleased to say that there will be some major announcements about some of the other functionality on the portal when we get to EAG in a few weeks' time. And finally, I just wanted to let you know that at the end of January, our current public affairs and public relations consultants, the first Interrel and secondly Steph Norbury at Upgrade PR, will be replaced by a company called Sec Newgate. So you may see their name out and about a little more frequently. but it would be wrong of me not to pass comment on the work that Interel and Steph have done over the past 6 and 3 years respectively, which, let's be honest about it, has been quite fantastic. We've been supported both through the FOBT campaign and through the COVID pandemic unbelievably well. And without those pairs of hands at my disposal, we would not have achieved what we've achieved. Let's not forget that that stake cut in the FOBTs put millions and millions and millions of pounds into members' cash boxes. And the work that we did over COVID pandemic kept members informed. We lobbied for things that would help you get through the pandemic, which thankfully nearly everybody did. And all of that was, I would suggest, unparalleled in the trade association world. And it's no small part to the work that both Interel and Steph did. So in conclusion, I just want to thank them enormously before we move on to working with SEC Newgate in the coming months and years. Thank you.